This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on this Tuesday. Bobby's supposed to be back tomorrow unless he gets detained at some port by authorities. I don't know.
It's possible.
It just sounded right to say. I have no idea if any of that is true or could even happen.
Of course it could happen.
Okay, that's what I've never been on a cruise before.
They could lock him up in the brig.
Yeah,
he might not get off the ship at all.
See, the brig. I know the brig. But I always hear about detained at the port. I don't always hear it. I'm saying I've heard. I've seen TV
Personal
shows.
experience.
No. I've never been on a cruise ever. No desire. No desire to go on a cruise. I really don't.
Why not?
Don't like the water? Or?
Yeah, there's a lot of scary stuff out there in the water.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You don't have to get into the water.
Yeah, you're on the boat.
No, but I've seen enough things, though, where, like, pirates overtake ships.
That was a movie.
I understand, but it's also... yes, exactly. So the
man watched Captain Jack Sparrow, and now he's terrified to get on a Carnival cruise line.
I've never seen any of those Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I haven't seen any of those before. I just know from clips and from storylines and newspapers that used to exist that sometimes bad guys get on the ship with guns. And
so if we put Tom Hanks on that boat, you'd get on it?
Oh, yeah, I'd go with Hanks,
okay.
Yeah. Hanks always survives. Of course, I don't want to be a volleyball either, but he always survives, though, it seems like.
That's why they give you the all-inclusive drink package, Tito, so you don't have to worry about being out in the middle of the ocean.
First of all, everything I do includes an all-inclusive drink package. Usually it's at my own expense, but all the drinks are flowing.
Well, that's not what all-inclusive means if it's out of your pocket.
Hey, Bodie, ask me how I spent my supposed anniversary day date with the wife.
Hey, Tito, how did you...
you can't. That's fine. Don't worry about it. They got
Tito, did you get that?
Supposed.
Did you turn on the Netflix and take a nap like you?
No, she did. I went and bought a dishwasher and then went to Costco.
Nice.
Oh no, not a dishwasher.
Yes, I thought I married. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And the last anniversary celebration.
Anyway, dishwasher was broken. She was laying on the couch watching, and I came home. We watched some of the ABA special on Prime Video.
Fun.
No, it's really good.
Is it?
Yes, it is good. And so what I posted last night on social media was my hair has become so unprofessionally long. I mean, look at it, but here.
It's flowing.
Yeah.
Okay,
you know what, though? I kind of like it. I'd let it grow.
It's some
I'm
beautiful
going to,
lettuce.
But I'm almost at a point, though, where I almost got Dr. J inspired to, like, grow it out a little more and go the fro.
I don't know if you can pull that off.
That's exactly what I was.
I can get the perm and just kind of like make it big, right? I can get like a perm,
yeah,
and then just right. Can I do that? I don't know.
No, I don't.
You can.
No,
you could try.
I could try, but I'm just saying. I think that might be.
I think the perm would reject your hair.
But here's what, Bodie. Here's where I'm at now. You saw the email from Tyler yesterday.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. March 9th, we're going to shoot some stuff, like some kind of video-ish.
Might need a third approval on that.
That's
got mine and yours.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, right now, as of right now. As of right now, though.
You're getting real complacent without Bob around for a week.
So I have to decide something to do between now and March 9th, because the hair can't look like this but longer on March 9th.
Sure,
I have to get a cut, or I've got to go all in with the fro.
I think you're probably closer to getting the mullet executed than the fro, if I'm being honest.
Wife's not happy about these choices. I've already told her I'm thinking about it, and she's happy anniversary, babe. Here's your dishwasher and my fro. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside.
So lame.
Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. 2 full hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, HD3. Download the show anytime and catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Where else can they catch us, Bodie? Because I haven't asked this for a while.
That would be Twitter and Facebook's kind of. We're working through some issues on the Facebook.
You got a better chance maybe some days of catching us on MySpace than you do on on Facebook. But we'll figure that out, though. Buckeyes are at Iowa on Wednesday. OSU women host Michigan Wednesday. Ooh. That's 2 big games right there. One's a must-win. One's a would like to win. Cavs host the Knicks tonight. CBJ, big game at Boston on Thursday. They're one of the teams that are battling for that spot. But they get back in action there on Thursday. Lots to talk about today. We're going to discuss some big Buckeye football news that we kind of saw coming anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But we're going to make like it's big with the T's right there.
I like how we're acting like that was a press release or breaking news.
Yes.
We've been talking about it for the last week in here.
But now somebody else said it, though.
Makes you feel good,
Ross
though.
Bjork is so much more important than me. Fine.
I wasn't going to say
I get
that.
it.
That's debatable.
Where do you shoot
Today's
your podcast?
fan poll.
Yes, today's fan poll. Yes. Also, we will talk about. We'll hear from John's brother Jake Diebler. We'll hear from him later on as well. We will do that.
Nice save.
Thank you. That's a kick save right there. And with my sweater. And we'll talk about the hardest coaching
Doesn't
jobs.
let any grudges
in North
go,
America.
does he?
Dude, I remember everything. I remember everything. Listen, there's a sports trivia contest.
This is Michael Jordan stuff. This is made up. I wasn't taking any shots.
In April. Now, you took you didn't know you took a shot, but I'm telling you right now, you threw around a lot of big words. I understand, so I took them as disrespect.
Put down the iPad, Michael Jordan.
Listen, there's this trivia contest that we won. By we, I mean me and Scotty Vegas and Ryan Baker and 7 other people that happened to sit at our table. A sports trivia contest that we won last year. Phillip Rivers was there. It was a big deal. And this year, we're invited back. Why? We're the defending champs. And I understand that as of right now, one of the featured athletes supposed to be there. First, Cardale Jones supposed to be there. JT Barrett. Love those guys. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Featured athlete.
I know.
Below Tito, though, on that list.
Hey, listen, Cardale Jones is the only reason why Tyvus drives a Tesla sometimes. But the other one who's on the list right now is Bo Jackson, not the running back for Ohio State.
Your rival.
Holding grudges.
Uh-huh.
This was back when it was Tim and Beanie in the morning, and it was Tito filling in for Tim with Beanie. That's how long ago this was, and I'm struggling with it.
A number one grudge.
Yes, and so I don't know, and we're supposed to, and Scotty Vegas, and I think this year they want us up on the stage sometimes interviewing these athletes, and I'm just thinking about doing nothing but just looking at Bo and say, hey, how's that hip doing? Like something like that, you know?
Anybody got questions for Bo?
Yeah.
I got a lot of questions. First off, how dare you?
Number one, how dare you?
Right, I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'll say, Bo, are you the biggest could have been? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just think either that or I'll just be silent. Like they'll say, hey, Tito, here's a mic, and I'll take it, and I'll just pass it to whoever's next.
This is the trivia contest that the fan sponsored last year, and then the fan team won, so they just keep the prize in house. Is that how this works?
It was an awkward moment, too.
Seems a little rigged.
This is what was awkward about it. First of all,
They gave you the questions in advance?
no.
They gave them to Scotty?
Don't you dare. No. Listen, here's the thing. First prize was a suite at the Clippers game for like 20 people or 15 people, whatever it was. That was first prize. Second prize was some kind of some kind of thing at maybe Great Wolf Lodge or whatever it was. Ooh. And then third prize was bats. The
animal?
No, I wish that would be better. Yeah, they were like baseball bats
Bruce
that had
Wayne?
some kind of inscription on them. Anyway, we won. And I think they pivoted and gave us the third place prize.
Oh, that's...
Because a team in second got the Clippers suite.
Mm.
So, and that's fine. No, that's okay.
Well, every single one of you have a media credential, so...
I understand that. But my problem was there was this huge trophy. I mean, this thing was big. And we gather it up. And Scotty Vegas and Baker and I are walking out of the facility with it. And they stopped us. And so, no, the trophy stays here. We're just going to put your name on it.
Oh.
So we didn't even get the damn trophy. We were talking about bringing it out here. And
Stanley Cup rules.
We did bring it out, though, I think, for Fan Sports Sunday and had it front and center. And then we had to take it back to them. But they let us have it for like 24 hours. I know. So it wasn't, this thing was huge.
Came with personal security and everything?
That's all that. White gloves, please, sir. Fine. It was so. Anyway, Bo
Good thing
Jackson.
you never leave home without your white gloves.
Right. I always have white gloves. Well, they're usually latex, but it's okay. But the Bo Jackson thing could be awkward.
I can't wait for that.
All right. Let's do Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Hey, Bodie, just so you know, this is where my life is right now. I am constantly refreshing this tournament page for my kids' tournament this weekend in Delaware for them to upload when they're playing. And that's weird to do third grade, like refresh while I'm trying to do a radio show. Go ahead.
That's exciting.
Yeah, make me
Somebody's not working on the website at 6:10 in the morning on a Tuesday?
They said it'd be released today. I'm waiting.
Somebody's getting a phone call.
Yes, they are. I'll text him right now. His number's on here, too.
February 24th, 2026, the 55th day of the year. We have 312 days left here in 2026.
We have a double nickel player. I'll look it up. Go
what
ahead.
about Mr. finger wave. Mutombo, he was 55, wasn't he?
I think he was 50, wasn't he?
I
He
don't
might
know.
be 55.
That's
I'll
why
look
I
it up.
asked.
Yeah, it's a great question.
Starting with some events here, back in 1803 in Marbury versus Madison, the U.S. Supreme Court declared an act of Congress unconstitutional, thus establishing the doctrine of judicial review.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Big
Mutombo,
day.
you were right.
Okay. Damn. 1863, Arizona is organized as a United States territory. 1868, Andrew Johnson becomes the first president of the United States to be impeached by the U.S. House of Representatives. He is later acquitted in the Senate.
Monica Lewinsky.
I think got, 3 in total now? Does that sound about right? Him, Billy, and then
Nixon.
Mr. Trump. Okay.
Oh,
so
Trump.
4.
No, Trump. No, Nixon, I don't think it was over. No, Nixon, I don't think it ever got to that point.
Okay.
I don't know.
3 or 4.
Yeah,
give or take.
whatever. Out of how many? 47?
Yeah, well, no, less than that technically, because
I know. There's
some of them
there's before,
got
yeah.
duplicates, but nevertheless,
Po-
1 in 10 hit
Political
rate.
history is not the strength of this
Listen.
program.
not the strength of Tito.
And myself. If Bob was here, he'd probably
Bob-
know it. But
This iteration,
He's not here.
this triumvirate
Yes.
on Morning Juice is not going to knock your socks off with political history.
How do you not know that, Tito? I don't get it. How do you not know that?
yeah, facts, details, reasons. Tito.
Brookhaven.
Well, did they win the 1976 NL MVP?
Joe Morgan, second was back-to-back. Morgan won at 75 and 76.
There we go. Now we're back on track.
Yes, we are.
Not
Let's
a
go.
not a great day here for this one, because in 1920, the Nazi Party, founded by Adolf Hitler in the Hofbrauhaus Beer Hall in Munich, Germany, Tito. So not a good one.
Go Shark.
Moving on.
Yes.
In
What do we
lighter
have one of
news-
those in Columbus for then?
It's an underground one there, I think. Yes.
3. 1970, the Jackson 5 releases their hit single ABC.
God, 70s pop sucked.
And then, speaking of music in the 70s, on this date in 1976, the Eagles' Greatest Hits compilation becomes the first album to receive platinum certification by the RIAA.
Once she's a friend of mine. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't let the sun.
Medley going here. Got through for a loop there.
Bodie worked hard on it. We're going to get 10 seconds of every Eagles song.
It's perfect. We can do all day long.
That's music right there, Thitoff.
That's one of the best-selling albums of all time.
Oh, yeah.
It's still, like, I think, top 10 all time.
Not surprised by that.
Yeah.
How about this one, guys? 1980, 2 days after the greatest win in the history of sports. After defeating the Soviet
Still
Union.
celebrating.
Go to hell,
Miracle
Finland.
on ice. 2 days later, my boys made the miracle complete, and they won the gold medal, coming from behind once again, beating Finland at Lake Placid to capture the gold with a 4-2 victory.
Johnson to McClanahan, he scores! Kristoff strapping forward again, gets it out in front, but the Americans control, keeping it in. Johnson skating in, the shot will reach it, he scores! The crowd going insane at the moment. Bedlam in here, stomping. 5 seconds to the gold medal, 4 to the gold medal. This impossible dream comes true!
I heard Al Michaels yesterday, Bodie.
Yeah, he was on the Dan Patrick show, wasn't he?
I wasn't going to give them credit, but yes. No, good for you. It's okay. I'm glad.
Proper
We can say-
attribution.
That's why he was on the radio. That's my attributions to the radio. Anyway, Bodie, so did you hear him?
I saw a little bit of it, yeah.
He said before those Olympics, he had called one hockey game. He said, I knew what icing was. I knew what offsides was. That's all I really
Past
knew going
that,
in. He had
yeah.
done one. Now he had.
It's more than most people know.
I know he was, but he did like he was Brenneman before Brenneman with the Reds. He did a couple years with the Reds, and then Brenneman took over for him. I don't know where he went, but then went national. Then he said that was the first he had called one hockey game before those Olympics.
Yeah.
And so
I wonder if he, like, I know this probably sounds like a crazy question maybe, but I wonder if he was actually, like, good on the broadcast.
I know what you mean,
we
yeah.
all know the famous call at
Right.
the end, like, and that's
a good question.
Hey,
I don't
that's
know.
a heck of a, it's a heck of a call, of course. But I wonder if there was anybody listening to the games, like, yeah, this guy,
I don't know about that.
He doesn't
know
have
about
any
this
real
one, guys.
future
Yeah.
in broadcasting.
He kept saying jersey instead of sweater, and Austin's parents were like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with this guy?"
It's true.
Speaking of hockey, on this date,
It's a tough standard.
in
No
1982,
grudge.
Wayne Gretzky, the Great One, scores an NHL record 78th goal of the season en route to scoring 92 goals that year. That is still a single-season record for goals scored today. How about this? Speaking of some records being made, 1987, LA Lakers center Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scores his 36,000th NBA point in a 97-93 win over the Suns in Phoenix. Of course, he is now the second all-time
Yes.
leading scorer behind LeBron James. 2008, Fidel Castro retires as the president of Cuba in the Council of Ministers after 32 years at the helm. He remained as the head of the Communist Party for another 3 years. There you go. Fun times.
Yes.
2013, in the 55th running of the Daytona 500, Jimmy Johnson wins his second Great American Race. And then Danica Patrick in that same race becomes the first female to start from the pole position. She was also finished in 8th, which is the best ever finished by a female in the race. Some birthdays today. All the way back on this date in 1874, Honus Wagner was born. He was one of the first 5 players to go into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He has since passed, of course, back in 1955. On this date in 1955, Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, was born. He sadly passed 15 years ago. I think that was cancer, if I'm not
I think
mistaken.
it was. Yes, yeah. He was very frail at the end. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
So, but he obviously, his impact's still
Yeah.
rolling on today. The co-founder and chairman still of Nike, turning 88 years old today. That'd be Phil Knight.
A man's life and death. I think even today, as big as Nike is with over 60,000 employees, the key thing is people. And so when you're starting out, obviously getting the right people that's life and death. And then not only the right people, but getting them to work together and work for a common purpose. I've always said 2 9s working together will beat 2 10s working apart.
You win with people. Woody Hayes, Phil Knight.
Don't worry about the math.
Listen.
out.
I was thinking of the bar scene. Go ahead.
I got a little bit of music here. Singer Rupert Holmes turning 79 years old today.
There was this letter I read. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
That is
Not into
called. Is it the Pina Colada song? Is that what it's called? It's called Escape. Yeah, Escape by Escape.
Yeah.
The Pina Colada song.
And then
people
it's
refer
like,
to.
but if you look it up on like YouTube
Yes.
or whatever, it says Escape, but then
the
it says
Pina
right
Colada
next to
song.
it, the Pina Colada song.
It was
We
great.
know this is what you're looking for.
Yes.
Speaking of things that are dated, though, it talks about putting a personal ad in the newspaper.
It talks about getting caught in the rain. Who
I know,
actually wants
but-
to do that?
So this is a guy who's got a woman. He's got a girlfriend he lives with, and he's ready to God, this is boring. And so he puts an ad in the paper asking if you like pina coladas getting caught in the rain. I'm not into health, women, champagne, whatever. Respond to this. And the girlfriend responds. And he meets her at a bar, and she walks in, and he recognizes her. Spoiler alert.
Seems like an elaborate ruse.
And the fact it's got just with the classifieds
Roll.
thing, that just tells you it's aged.
Role play.
Yes.
A big setup.
Okay, here we go. I never knew you liked pina coladas. Look, happy. I'm sorry.
No,
Positive
you can
ending.
say
No,
it.
positive
You can
ending.
say
No,
it.
I'm not going to do that.
Bobby's going to be back
Bobby
tomorrow.
would say it.
Get it out now.
The story ended well. There we go.
Continuing with the birthday, singer George Thorogood.
Yes.
Turned 76 years old today.
Bad for them? Yeah.
Bad to the bone.
He's got some bangers. He
Yeah,
really
there was.
does.
Yeah, there was another one that I can't remember what the song was, but it was another one that I was like, oh, I didn't really know who this guy was, but
Yeah.
once you hear the song, I'm like, yeah, I've heard that song. Guitarist Colin Farley, turning 67 years old today. Formerly, no longer with the band anymore, but was with Cutting Crew.
I just died in your arms tonight.
Must have been something you said.
Must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight.
I think that song, I associate the years of the song with who I was dating at the time. I think this was probably 87. I was with Jenny Shriver in high school. 87 or 88.
What was Kelsey
JNA.
doing?
Kelsey was 84, 85.
Okay.
Kelsey was more.
What song are we associating with Kelsey?
Well, Kelsey was more. She was a Wham.
I'll make love
Oh.
to you.
No. I'll Make Love to You was high school in like 90, 89, 91 probably. I'll Make Love to You. But yeah, Kelsey was more like into the Wham. Not the Wake Me Up Before You Go, but the one after that. Wham. Andy Ridgely.
There you go.
R.I.P. even though he's still alive. Your career's dead.
Boxer Floyd Money Mayweather turning 49 years old today.
Making
and
news.
Coming
Yes.
out of retirement. We'll get into that a little bit later in Quick Hitters. Ohio State legend. Did not realize this guy played 11 years in the NBA. Good for him, though. 23rd overall pick in the 2008 NBA draft. Kosta Koufis turns 37 years old today. And then actor O'Shea Jackson Jr. turning 35 years old today. Two of his most famous roles was in Den of Thieves, both the first and second one. And then when he played his dad, Ice Cube, and Straight Outta Compton.
You signed the contract, and all this money is yours.
That's my money anyway, Jerry. I earned that money. Now, I wrote a lot of his songs. We've been performing on this tour for months, selling out shows, selling records. I know it's plenty of money.
Really? Jesus.
Give me my money, Jerry.
How the hell do you think this works? How the hell do you think all of this gets paid for? How do you think it gets paid for? You think it's free?
Why are you doing this now? If we were so good, why didn't you give us contracts in the beginning?
Because nothing is a sure thing, Cube.
Bye, Jerry. I'm out.
I'm out.
See ya.
Okay, Bodie, has there ever been in your life, your very short life, long ways to go,
Hopefully.
like where you hear something musically, either you hear a song, you hear something, and it's like, oh my God, this blows me away. I don't want to say life change, but kind of a where you were moment the first time you heard something.
I think it was Ariana Grande.
It might be. We're different generations. If you tell me it's something like that, then we probably won't be friends anymore. Not that, well, we're friendly. But I'm just saying, like, is there a song, though?
He likes
where, like,
Rihanna's Please Don't Stop the Music.
Please don't.
Everybody
Yes.
likes that song.
Okay, is there like any kind of seminal moment for you?
I don't think so.
See, because I think that's generational, Austin. Because, like, do you have any? I'm sure you've got at least a couple. God, I'll be wrong on
well,
this
because
one.
I think you and I and Bodie's on the fringe here.
I know.
We had to go to Sam Goody.
You had to buy a CD.
We had to buy the physical
Right.
CD, and the first time that you cracked that jewel case open and you popped it into your car or your Walkman,
Right.
it's like, oh man, they really did something here. And it was like probably just you listening to it. In most cases, it's like, does it move you or not? It's a different experience. It's like, all right, you put on 15 seconds on your phone. It's like, I don't like this. I'm on to the next one. You have to sit with the music, I think.
Like with me, I remember getting into my buddy's car and he plays Boys in the Hood. And I hear that the first time, the song Boys in the Hood, and I'm like, oh my God. Like it was, for me, it was that. And it was also around the same time, Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses.
Ooh.
Those were like the ones that kind of.
You don't even look good when you sing.
That's great, Bodie. I'm just saying, though, like, I wonder if anybody younger than us, anybody younger than Bodie, has that kind of experience anymore. Because I remember hearing
They don't
Boys
know
in the
how to
Hood.
live. They don't know what it was like.
Yeah, I remember what it was like. Hearing that song first time, I was like, oh my God, play it again. Play it again.
When
Again. Get on that line. Again.
When those pianos hit and that beat stops in for Chronic 2001.
That's it. You're right.
Woo!
Hearing Snoop the first time.
Man,
You know what I mean? Hearing Snoop the first time.
we're so white.
We have never been whiter. Can I interest you in some coffee? No, you good? Okay.
good.
All right. So just saying that might change your life.
You do whatever you want with
I
that.
got you. That's fine.
Got a few passings here. In 2006, actor Don Knotts passed away at the age of 81. He was
so
best known for his role, probably as Deputy Barney Fife on the Andy Griffith Show.
Yes, he was.
2014, director Harold Ramis at the age of 69. He was involved with some movies such as Caddyshack, Groundhog Day, and National Lampoon's Vacation.
And Ghostbusters and Stripes, maybe?
There you go. All right. Pretty decent catalog there, I'd say. 6 years ago on this date, in 2020, Katherine Johnson, at the age of 101, she was a NASA physicist and mathematician. She was one of the first black women to ever work at NASA. If you've ever seen the movie Hidden Figures, she was one of the women that was like portrayed in that movie.
Nice.
And then last but not least here, just 1 year ago today, at the age of 88, singer Roberta Flack. Holidays and observances today. It is National Trading Card Day.
Oh, yeah, baby.
National Tortilla Chip Day, which is fantastic. National Steak Burger Day. And then last but not least, World Bartender Day. Tuesday. Yep, today is Tuesday. February 24th, 2026. 55th day of the year. 312 days left until 2027. Tito.
Look out. All right, coming up next. Let me look at my show sheet here so I can tell you what we're going to do. Oh, I know what it was. I'm excited about this one. I came up with last night. Coming up next, Ross Bjork said someone is back that Austin's been telling us for a long time is back, but now we know he's back.
Yes, now we'll believe it.
Now we'll believe it. We will do that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, folks, it's Berm here from 97.1 The Fans, Austin and Berm Show. Last week, I was on the road visiting a recruit, and I saw one of my old fast food favorites on the side of the road, and was hungry for lunch, and I thought to myself, this place used to just call my name. And I thought, hey, why not stop in and have some? I'm on maintenance right now with Awaken 180, and I'm allowed to eat it. So I pulled in, I ordered the usual. I sat there and unwrapped it in the restaurant, and I was so excited. And then halfway through it, I thought, why am I eating this? And it wasn't even in a guilty way. It was more confusion because it didn't taste like I remembered. It didn't hit like it used to. I wasn't craving it anymore, and I really wasn't excited about it. And I just kind of stopped wanting it, and that's when it clicked. Awaken 180 didn't just help me drop 35 pounds. It changed how I look at food. I'm 3 weeks into maintenance, and I haven't put a pound of that 35 back on, and I finally understand what works for me. It's not about I can't. It's about not wanting it the same way anymore. I'm not craving the bad. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're already there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at v.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right. Thank you for tuning in today, Morning Juice. Bobby's back tomorrow. Is that accurate?
Well,
we'll see.
Scheduled to be
That's what the schedule says.
Austin, keep your phone on.
I don't know about that.
No. Are you doing something tomorrow? Are you doing a show tomorrow also? Other than your podcast in the studio I didn't know about.
I'm told that I'm still supposed to be on the show at 7:20 tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Austin, that's a tease. That's a tease later on when I say at this time tomorrow, Austin Ward will join us again. But I don't know what we're going to talk about. Do you have something in the holster?
No.
Okay, it'll be fun then. Because this next story is the one we could have talked about, but we've been talking about it for a while already.
I'm not sure that there's news here.
Okay, Bodie, be the deciding factor. Do you think this is news? Or was I wrong? I don't say, should I have put something else in here instead of talking about this? Like the fact that this was finalized, even though Austin to my left here is not surprised at all.
Yeah, I think it makes you feel better, right?
Yeah, I think so. The fact that it's official since Bjork said it.
Yeah.
But as soon as all the different jobs were
we knew it was happening.
Yes.
And it's been, what'd you say, Austin, probably a couple weeks that this felt pretty good, right? I mean, until we kind of got to a point where that Raiders situation, that was probably the last one that I felt like was maybe Bobby still up in the air. But it's one of those things that you never, maybe not never, but even if it's hey, it's 99% happening. If you're a Buckeye fan and then you see the AD say it, you're like, okay, now I can feel good and start getting ready for Ball State.
If you're a Buckeye fan, if you're Buckeye Frank, who's in the chat, who I love, longtime friend
Or
of mine.
Steve Kerr.
Well, no, Steve Kerr's not that. But
No,
I'm just saying,
fired up.
though.
He said we're going
I
to need.
know.
He said we
I know.
sort of are
Yes.
going to need Patricia to make the playoffs, which I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but it certainly helps the cause.
The math, though, for Buckeye fans is, like you said, Bodie, there was a 99% chance Matt Patricia was coming back. As a Buckeye fan, I felt like there was still a 30% chance he wasn't, which I know does not work mathematically, but that's kind of the way I felt.
This is not a political history show, and it's not a math show.
It's not either one of those things. Okay, so two things about this, Austin. And we didn't talk about this before the show, so I hope you know the answers. If you don't, then whatever.
Great.
Okay.
No pressure.
I saw Matt. It said in the article on 11 Warriors, Matt Patricia never formally interviewed for an NFL job. That surprised me because I thought maybe he had at least, I guess formally is the word you have to, like, I figured he at least had talked to some people in the NFL, though.
All back channel conversation.
Okay. Friend of a friend.
People, Tom Brady saying,
If Kelsey asked you out, would
we
you
might
go
have
with
history. Yeah, we might have some interest. Would you want to interview? Would you keep these dates open? But the way that the NFL process works, which is far more transparent than college, like there is no transparency whatsoever for most college football, coaching processes, hiring, interviewing. It's all done under this veil of secrecy. In the NFL, like they report who's in, when they're in.
Right.
They give updates and statements after they leave. That's head coaches. These are the coordinators that you are trying to talk to. Now, I would say there's probably a good chance that Matt Patricia had conversations with NFL organizations that went beyond just a text saying, hey, we might want to pursue you. Would you be interested in returning to the NFL level? It may have gone further than that, but he wasn't in the building. It wasn't one of the, hour and a half, 2 hour sit downs, at least not that I'm aware of, and nobody reported them at the NFL level, which by and large they are required to do.
And regardless of, so I know when he first signed on with Ohio State, it was 3 years, like $2.5 million is what the article said. And now they think he's going to be making $3 million or more upcoming, making him one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid defensive coordinator in college football. Even if he said it's a 7-year deal, none of that matters if the NFL comes calling, right?
The single biggest hangup that I'm aware of in this process with Ohio State, which I've said going back to October, that Ohio State had signaled and made it clear that they were willing and able to make Matt Patricia the highest paid assistant or coordinator in the history of Ohio State football and the highest paid coordinator in college football in general right now. I don't know if this will trump what Brent Venables had at Clemson or not. Some of the dollar figures have not been confirmed. If Ross Bjork had said that yesterday, so okay, well, that's great. That is the final step because I don't know what the actual dollar amount is going to be. As you said, Tito, the number of years is largely irrelevant. The part that I think that Matt Patricia, Ross Bjork, Ryan Day were all hammering out here that was important to him was the buyout figure, which is not really relevant for college football because I don't think that Matt Patricia is going to take another job. He has the best coordinator position in the sport
right
at this level. He, and an NFL team I don't think is going to balk at paying whatever it would cost if they really wanted him. They would buy out that deal. So I think that was the point of contention that they wanted to work on so that everyone had a level of comfort that they felt good about, that Ohio State, if they find themselves in this position in another year or 2 years, which if Matt Patricia is as successful in year 2 as he was in year 1, and then in year 3 as he was in year 2, every time he's here, there's going to be people trying to hire him away. That could be for a head coaching job in college. That could be to go back to the NFL as a defensive coordinator. He's been an NFL offensive coordinator. I don't think that was his best role, but he has done a number of things and is going to remain appealing to people at both levels. So this is going to continue, but Ohio State, building in some protection for him itself doesn't mean that it will keep him for the length of whatever deal this is, because nothing is guaranteed.
When I look at, there was a time when Nick Saban became famous for rehabbing coaches.
Yeah.
He'd bring them in as coordinators, whatever, and they'd go on, they would come in and they would.
Nick Saban Reform School.
Yes. The reputation would be fixed. All of a sudden they have success. They go somewhere else. Sometimes successful, sometimes not. But I feel like there is with Day now, he has kind of done another thing like that with former head coaches coming in and former NFL guys coming in and getting better and then going on. Like the Chip Kelly thing's different because I think Chip Kelly, because he resigned UCLA to take Ohio State, I called that a prehab versus a rehab. But I think that Patricia's, though, is more of a rehab thing. And
That's pretty good, Thitoff.
Thank you very much. Listen, that's the kind of stuff we got to put out there on social media right there. Throw that clip. I called it prehab. That's what he did with Chip Kelly. But the thing now, though, with Patricia, though, it truly is like this guy was an NFL head coach. He's got Super Bowl rings back here. And if he leaves in another year or two, let's say he does. Don't leave, Matt. But if he does, Matty P, stay here. If he does go somewhere else, and the fact now you brought Arthur Smith in as an NFL offensive coordinator coming back here, and you can get somebody. I think this is now something Day has kind of created that other schools would love to mimic.
There's no doubt, but they are largely going to be unable to do so because it is not. Ryan Day can have this idea, and he can talk to Matt Patricia, he can talk to Arthur Smith, he can talk to Chip Kelly, he can talk to Bill O'Brien. And so this is what I'd like to do. I think that this would be good for you. I think it would be great for me, and I think it'd be great for Ohio State. But if you don't have the support of Ross Bjork and Ted Carter to step up and pay that amount, the salary pool is larger than it's ever been, and the actual coaching pool is larger than it's ever been. They've had to create these positions that have not historically existed in NCAA football at large,
right,
and at Ohio State specifically. They're well past the 10 cap of full-time coaches. They're just not going to count them as recruiters anymore. We talk about Ohio State finding edges and adapting to the rules. This is the one that I think they've chosen to, and they also have more control over these purse strings. Rather, it's a separate bucket. Sometimes this gets confused in the NIL conversation. What they're paying for their coaches and full-time employees and Ohio State employees is different than what they can do with the player salary pool and the house settlement and NIL collective work. So what does Ohio State think it can help separate itself? Some of the facility stuff has gone by the wayside across college football. Those players would rather have the money than a slide in the facility. But they want good coaching. They want to get developed. They want to get to the next level, not just compete for championships in college, but to become NFL players. All right, well, how many coaches, how many support staff, how many nutritionists can you put around me to make me the best version of myself? And that's Ohio State has the support. Ryan Day has the vision to do that, and Ross Bjork and Ted Carter support that fully. That should not be lost in this. Ohio State is paying for this to happen. If they weren't, Matt Patricia and Arthur Smith would not be here.
So, Ross Bjork announcing he's back. I know that we thought he would be anyway, but he's back now for this season, which is huge. We'll see what Ohio State can do. And apparently, as Bodie said, Steve Kerr also in Minnesota on board saying Ohio State needs it for the playoffs. It'll be fun to see what he can do with all these new players again this year. Lots of talent he's got to replace.
He's done it once.
Right. Yeah. So as of right now, I'm very optimistic. Coming up next, Quick Hitters, Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. When the game's on the line, you press hard, you hustle, you stay focused, and give it everything you've got. Pressure brings out the best in people. That's how business works too. Have you ever met what seemed like an impossible deadline? Saved a deal from going off a cliff at the last minute? Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on their local partnership and dedication to doing whatever it takes.
Thanks, Bobby. At Riverside Bank of Dublin, we're proud to be on your team, helping local businesses manage cash, fund growth, and invest in what's next. From startups to seasoned pros, we bring the full court press every day for our clients.
That's right, Travis. Our team at Riverside Bank is just as hungry as you are to grow and prosper. That mentality shows up in everything we do. Your business deserves a banking partner that's invested in your success. Look for a new branch location at Bridge Park in 2026.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at MDA.org today.
If you're looking for the inside scoop on the Buckeyes, you've come to the right place. This is Morning Juice.
All right, it's Morning Juice. It is Tito, it is Austin, and now it's this guy, the backbone of the show.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, fellas. Happy Tuesday. We'll start. Stupid mic. I hate this thing when it always pops up and tries to hit me in the face. We'll start in the boxing world, Tito. Floyd Money Mayweather set to come out of retirement again for a fourth time. I think that passes Brett Favre's record, if I'm not mistaken. He announced that over the weekend. In a statement to ESPN, he said, "I still have what it takes to set more records in the sport of boxing. From my upcoming Mike Tyson event to my next professional fight afterwards, no one will generate a bigger gate," which, I don't know, is the record in the ring or outside of it. Who cares, though? Have a larger global broadcast audience and generate more money with each event than my events. And I plan to keep doing it with my global media partner, CSI Sports/Fight Sports. Mayweather will fight Iron Mike later on this spring. Reportedly could be on April 25th. That date has not been confirmed, though. And then we learned yesterday that he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao again for a second time. That'll be on September 19th this fall at the Sphere out there in Las Vegas. His most recent retirement came back in 2017 following his knockout win over Conor McGregor, which put his professional record at 50-0 all time. Tito, you're the boxing guy here. Does this move the needle for you? Do you care?
Okay. Here's the problem with it. This is when, as a boxing fan, I will be stupid and I will not be disappointed. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to watch it. It's on Netflix. I'm going to watch it. I want to see Mayweather get beat by Pacquiao. I want to see it happen. But I'm setting myself up. It's going to be a boring fight. Mayweather is a boring fighter. He
Always
just
was.
Yes, he's good at defense. He's not he's not like Tyson was in his prime. He's not like Riddick Bowe. He's not like De La Hoya. He's not like those guys who come in there and like really get in and mix it up. Mayweather does just enough to win. I would love to see Pacquiao knock his ass out, but I don't think it'll happen. I think it'll be 10, 12 rounds of a bunch of dancing and hugging, and Mayweather will somehow win.
I am kind of disappointed with the fact that nostalgia is now taking over sports. It's been in every other aspect of pop culture and remakes and legacy sequels and all these other things. And now we're like, Mike Tyson's like, you know what? Watch this. I'm going to fight at, 65 years old?
At least 65. He might be 85.
Yeah. And then Floyd Mayweather looks at that and he's like, everybody who's watching this fight on Netflix, he didn't even do anything. He was fighting a YouTuber.
Yeah. Mike Tyson, 59.
59, all right. I'm sorry, Iron
Hard
Mike.
59, though.
Yeah, it is, yes.
He wears it like 89. and that's fine. Like, it's entertainment. You know, as you said, Tito, we'll probably all watch it. We'll probably all be disgusted and disappointed that we forced ourselves to watch it because we know what's going to happen. But that's true of like 85% of the things that we turn on Netflix.
But you and I both, like, I feel comfortable saying this. If they charged even if it was as low as like $19.95 for the fight, I wouldn't pay for it.
Oh, I wouldn't pay for it either.
But it's on Netflix.
But some people would.
I know, but I would. There's no way I want to pay for this fight. Like, and I don't pay for it by Netflix. I get it, whatever. I know the logistics of it, but I'm paying for it without paying for it. I would not pay additionally, though, to watch this fight.
Yeah, it's, and maybe that sounds silly that you saw George Foreman doing this 20, 30 years ago, continuing to fight well past his expiration date. So maybe it's not as new as I'm claiming it is, but the prevalence of it, and also like Floyd Mayweather telling you that this is a money grab in advance,
right,
should be sending up warning signs that you're not going to see a boxing clinic here from a Hall of Famer.
If you're a fan of watching the NFL Draft Combine, then Monday was a good day for you because 3 of the draft's top prospects, Jeremiah Love, Arvell Reese, and Sonny Styles, all announced that they would be participating in drills at this week's scouting combine over there in Indianapolis. The former Golden Domer and 2 Buckeyes are all widely regarded. Basically, everybody has them as 3 of the best, at least 10 prospects in the draft, if not even higher than that. And although they probably could kind of let their tape do the talking, they still decided to participate in at least some of the on-field drills. Austin, I don't know how much these guys can raise their draft stocks anymore, but I kind of like it. It'll make it more fun and good for them. I think these 3 guys are all extremely competitive individuals that want to go out there and try to kind of show like, yeah, I am fast. Watch this.
Yeah, I'm surprised by it. The trend has been to protect yourself, to opt out of these workouts, whether for, health or just comfort that you're going to be better and have the control over some of the elements on your pro day on campus. So this is going the other way. This is bucking that trend. Kudos to Sonny and Arvell. I don't know Jeremiah Love, but it doesn't surprise me that those 2 guys would take that competitive opportunity and say, we want to put on a show. They can't really help themselves. I mean, Sonny might have more room to grow up the board than Arvell Reese does at this point based on the conversation around him. But even for Arvell, I think he's probably a little bit ticked off that the perception was the last 4 or 5 games that he wasn't stuffing the stat sheet at the same level that he was earlier in the year. I think there's a lot of explanations for that, and he was helping set up Sonny for a lot of other plays, and they kind of went like a seesaw and teeter-totter with who was going to be able to do that biggest lifting in the box score. But I did not think this was going to happen for these guys, or looking forward, Caden McDonald or Caleb Downs. They don't have a lot that they have to prove, but they want to prove something anyway, and they deserve credit for that.
My take, which breaking news could be wrong, I think it is much harder to improve your draft stock at the combine than it is to hurt your draft stock. I think you can hurt your stock at the combine.
You sure can.
I think it's a lot easier to hurt it than help it. You know what I mean? Like, you got the tape, like Bodie just said, let the tape speak for itself, and you got your pro day coming up. But if you go out there and you do something like, I can't remember who it was last year, 2 years ago, that came up lame with the hamstring thing, like on the 40. Do you remember who that was or not?
Well, somebody has that happen every year.
Okay.
And when, like, Will Howard was getting lambasted for some of his throws at the combine a year ago, and we had to then get at the explanations. He only had 10 opportunities to throw the football. He'd never thrown with these people before. It wasn't scripted workouts. And then you have to do damage control. You don't have to do any of that if you don't participate at all.
Yeah, like I would go out, I would think it makes sense to go out there and be present. Do the interviews. That's fine. Do the interviews. It's really hard to hurt yourself there unless you're a total idiot.
Now, you can hurt yourself there,
I know you can. Was your mom a prostitute? Yeah. No, my mom wasn't. But nonetheless, what I'm saying is, though.
That was hard to follow.
I know. So it's, but you can go out there, do the interviews, be present, look good, and just wait till your pro day.
Right.
To go out and do it. I would, if I were in another world, I would go out there. If I'm like Arvell Reese, I would have a sleeveless tuxedo and just go out there and just be a baller as far as the way I look, do the interviews, and just say, "No, y'all, I'll see you there. I'll see you at the pro day. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You got the tape on me. Google me, right?"
I like to picture my Jesus wearing a tuxedo T-shirt because it says I'm formal.
but also
like to party.
Ready to party.
Some basketball news here, guys. Arguably the best U.S. Olympic men's basketball player isn't done adding to his legacy just yet. That's because Kevin Durant, who already has won 4 gold medals and is the team's all-time leading scorer, recently told ESPN, "Hell yeah, I want to play with regards to the 2028 Summer Games in L.A. I would love to, but I've got to stay on top of my game. I'm not expecting. I want to produce on the floor and make Grant," that'd be Grant Hill, "and whoever's making the decisions want to put me on the team. I don't want to be on there, not just for seniority. I want to still prove that I can help the team win." The 2028 roster was expected to be a little bit of a reset here for us in the United States, given that Durant, LeBron, and Steph Curry were the team's top 3 leading scorers and minutes played in now almost 2 summers ago in the 2024 games. But KD, Tito, he's still playing at a really high level for Houston this year, and I would still think you maybe don't want to send, you want to get some youth movement in there.
Right.
But if LeBron doesn't want to play or he's retired and done, and Steph doesn't want to play, and then KD wants to, good for him, man.
I would prefer.
Put your gear on.
Yes. 3 spots be allotted to veterans, like old guys. I should say old guys, not veterans, because it's fine. Bring the youth in. That's great. But I would literally grandfather in, like Durant, if LeBron even had a thought of being on the roster, or if Steph decided to, whatever. But I would not necessarily just take the best players. I might take 9 of the best players.
Not looking for the best players, Craig. We're looking for the right ones.
Right. Give them the test. I would take the 3, though, that, I would always have 3, and I don't care. Look, I don't care how old they are. Hell, I'd take Magic right now. If Magic decided, I would take a possession with Magic against, Cameroon or whatever in the earlier rounds. Give him out there for 10 minutes. I don't care who it is, but find somebody. Kareem. I don't care.
The problem is we're not unbeatable in basketball anymore.
I know
That's
we're not.
the thing, yeah. I mean, this team had to come all the way back from was it Serbia, I think, Serbia in the semifinal, and then needed Steph to just go absolutely nuclear, to beat France in the games. I don't think an American player has won the MVP, which I know there's a difference between best player in the league in a given year versus the top 10 to 12, but I don't think an American-born player has won MVP since 2018.
Okay, but we saw it, though, the last Olympics when, Steve Kerr made some, had guys sit out whole games, right?
Our Steve Kerr.
No, the real Steve Kerr. No, not Minnesota Steve Kerr, Golden State Steve Kerr, where he had guys who sat out entire games.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? In the interest of winning, and it worked out. It was fine. When you've got those, and I'm not saying you do that, you get these veterans and give somebody like LeBron 25 minutes in an important game, but in the preliminary games, though, I would love to see some of these older guys go out there and play. I don't care if they're guys that have been retired for a few years. And when they play against a weaker team where the Ohio State, United States, same thing, is going to dominate, then I'm okay with seeing some kind of nostalgia there. You only need 9 guys to win the Olympics. You only need 9 guys to win.
You're trying to take my nostalgia to the next level?
Yes.
You're going to take it to the Olympics? Those games actually count.
Take it to the limit.
Yes, there we go.
One more time.
Yes.
That's the thing, though,
Eagles
is
greatest hits, baby, 1975.
I understand what you're saying, and it sounds fun, but the thing is these guys do need to play together. We're no longer at a point in the U.S. where we can just be just throw any of our best 9 guys out there, and we'll smoke everybody.
And then bring along Christian Laettner and just let him tag along.
Give Laettner a shot again.
I think these guys need to play together just to get the reps and whatnot.
But you need 12?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Look, if LeBron still wanted to play, and he can still play,
player coach LeBron.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Steve Kerr is done. I think Spoelstra's already set to be the
Isaiah
next
Thomas
coach,
out another time too.
But it's I met the qualification,
right?
But if these guys are still playing at a high level, though, I'm fine with it. But if LeBron were to retire after this year, and I don't think he's going to, but if he doesn't really want to play and isn't still playing at a high level or a high enough level, I don't know that you can just throw him out there. I think the thing that could work with Durant is he's still good.
Right.
He's still playing at a really high level. Okay. And LeBron honestly is right now too, but this is still 2.5 years away.
I've been holding my grudge since he was at Wake Forest, but if Chris Paul wanted to play,
I'm just
saying,
Tito, we can lose.
We won't lose to Cameroon.
Yes, but those guys still need to then play.
I think 9 guys could do it, though. 10 guys could do it. Put 2 guys on there who aren't going to play in the medal round.
I don't know. Sometimes I think, though, there's guys that, I don't know that anybody a couple summers ago would have said Devin Booker is a better player at that moment than Jason Tatum. But once you put him on the team and they started playing, Tatum played poorly and Booker was great. And Booker was a key piece in winning gold in 2024.
Playing for the name on the front of the jersey.
Exactly, not the one on the back.
Again.
And so, like, I think these guys need the reps to play together and see who fits together and whatnot. And see, even the rules are not drastically different, but some of the rule changes that you play with the FIBA and the Olympic Games are different and whatnot. So I don't think, like, you can just be throwing out, this ain't happy camp, Tito.
That's what I hear.
It's the Olympics. It's not the All-Star game.
This is some throwaway game.
It's not an exhibition.
Rochester.
How many teams, how many countries do you think, and you don't have to name them off because that'd be show prep. How many countries, though, do you think could legitimately win the gold medal?
I think
in
there's
basketball?
a few.
Okay.
Serbia almost beat us last time with Victor Wembanyama in France.
Right.
Canada.
Okay.
It's got a lot of talented guys.
Maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 can win the gold.
We just went from 2 or 3 to 4 or 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
Why not a dozen?
There's going to be a weak-ass team in the United States pool play.
So you're going to use a roster spot on someone just to...
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I understand that, and I agree with that if it was just one game, not playing for it. Exactly. But I think, like, I get what you're saying. My point would just be, like, I don't think you can just waste games on fun reps,
Get Master P and Kevin Hart out there.
Like, if, it's when Ohio State's up by...
What's Bow Wow doing?
Yes, exactly.
The Rock and Jock Olympics.
Yes.
When Ohio State's up by 60 against Ball State in the fourth quarter, you don't just throw the true freshman out there just for fun. You play guys who need the reps. And now it doesn't mean you have to put Saint out there every single play start to finish, but you put St. Clair out there and you let them run the offense because there's value to that.
So you're building for the future.
Yeah.
Not trying to use LeBron again in 2032.
I do LeBron and Bronny, get them out there in 32, 36, and 40. I don't care.
Bronny, now there's a wasted roster
What
spot.
about Bryce, too?
Oh, yeah, do it all.
Get both sons on the
Sure,
team.
get them all out there, yes. See if the wife wants to play. Let's do it all. Coming up next, The Athletic has a story about the hardest coaching jobs in the world. I'm not smart enough for that. So let's do hardest coaching jobs in North America. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right. Mike's off there, right, buddy?
My hands are my eyes, Tito.
Thank you. I know they are. Okay, so this story on Athletic came out. And it was about the toughest coaching jobs in the world. And I read through it, and I couldn't argue with it because I don't know enough about it. But, like, they had...
You didn't have thoughts on FC Barcelona?
Tottenham Hotspur, one of the top 10 ones there. India Cricket, okay?
Yeah.
Yankees.
Get a lot of hot cricket talk this morning.
Ferrari team principal.
Oh, yeah.
Brazil men's football, which is
Wow.
soccer for us Americans. Maple Leafs was one of them. Toronto Maple Leafs. New York Jets was at 4. Real Madrid. I almost said real, but I'm smart. I caught myself. Real Madrid is 3rd. 2nd was Manchester United. And 1 was England men's football, which again is soccer. So, because I could not speak intelligently on most of those, I decided we should discuss ones that we know.
Okay.
North America, because we have to include...
I mean, I know those.
The North America, the ones I just said? I know you know.
I'm a
those.
big India cricket guy.
I know you are. I know. I've seen you wear India cricket gear
Most
in here.
pressurized job in the world.
Yes. So
got to win those tests.
Here are some of the names. I'm going to throw
bats and stuff.
I'm going to throw out some of the ones I came up with, and I would like you guys to just react, respond, tell me where I'm crazy. This is not in any particular order, but here's the ones I came up with just as I was thinking about this. OSU football, the Cowboys, the Canadiens, the Maple Leafs, the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, the Celtics, the Knicks, the Lakers. Do you think those are the toughest ones? Is there one that you guys think, and I didn't say Notre Dame, I probably should say Notre Dame football. I know.
You put all of Bodie's other teams on there.
I know
Why'd
I
you leave
did.
Notre Dame
I
out?
know I did. I know. Because I covered a lot of them in the world thing with the Real Madrid stuff. And the
But there's no real pressure on Marcus Freeman with that schedule every year. So
that's fair. There we go. So,
Cakewalk.
do you think there was something? Is there a team that I missed in there? Is like Duke basketball? Is that a tough? Is that like a very hard job?
I think that'd be a good one.
Duke basketball, a good one.
I think following Coach K in particular.
Right.
Alabama football
Alabama
now.
football,
at least,
probably. I thought you
especially,
mentioned the Caleb DeBoer thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on how we want to characterize and quantify that. Like, most pressure,
hardest jobs,
because the hardest jobs are like Kansas State,
okay,
football, or Kansas basketball in this era where their NIL opportunities and the combined pressure of being a basketball school makes it more like Bill Self, you can see, is wearing it, and his health has deteriorated quickly over time.
He's got dudes just checking out of games. Hey, coach.
But like when you say, because when you say Duke or North Carolina, and you're expected to win basketball at the highest level, win national championships, and it's so hard to get through March Madness, like that's tough. If we're saying who has the most expectations and then therefore pressure, like Ryan Day and Ohio State football is at the top of the list. Duke basketball, I'm sure, is a very stressful day-to-day situation. But in terms of like, that's where it's difficult. We have to figure out what we're talking about, Tito, because like Northwestern trying to beat Ohio State is a lot more tougher of a gig.
Yes.
And so are we saying who's the most stressed out coach in the world because they have the burden of high expectations on a day in, day out basis? That's different than like trying to climb a mountain.
Yeah, because even just keeping it home here with Ohio State, obviously, like, they don't win by enough, right?
Right.
Every Saturday is like, Ryan Day, I don't know. They only won by 24 instead of 34.
Give up 10 to that team?
Exactly.
Right.
But as
Going
far
to
as
Washington and winning 24-6?
Yeah, like, come on.
Bench
And all Washington did was win 9 games this year.
Right.
They actually really suck. But as far as like pressure, like Ross Bjork, like he doesn't have pressure from Ross Bjork. Like I think Ryan Day has great job security.
Sure.
Like he was never, I don't think at any point in time in his coaching tenure here at Ohio State was he ever even remotely a serious threat to be fired. Right?
Right.
But
depending what show you listen to.
That's what I'm saying though. Yeah. Honestly, like you get on Twitter though on Sunday morning or Sunday night of Thanksgiving weekend and, before this last year, the previous 4, there's a lot of people that would beg to differ, but that doesn't mean that Ross Bjork
it wasn't
or
the
Gene
reality.
Smith wasn't
right.
like ever close to doing that. But yeah, I think there's a level of pressure at Ohio State football and for John Shire at Duke that it's like 25 games in Elite 8 is like the minimum.
Sure.
Like you are supposed to at least do that. And frankly, like if he doesn't get a title in the next year or two with the amount of NBA talent he's had rolling through there in Durham, like it's not good enough.
Texas football, another one?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Pressure. I don't know about tough, but pressure.
It's also almost subject to change. I think it's a good debate to have, Tito, but we have to set the parameters. Like, because currently Steve Sarkisian and Kalen DeBoer not only have some of the best jobs and the biggest pressure, but they also haven't been performing at a high enough level, which has then made it a more stressful job and a much tougher job. But Kalen DeBoer, which is different than Steve Sarkisian at Texas, he doesn't actually have the war chest of money that Texas is tapping into with the oil reserves and and the second largest athletic department in the country. So it's tough. Like, are we doing hot lists? Like who's not meeting the moment, who's not living up to the toughest job, or meeting the standard that is being set at all these programs, or are we just saying these are the best jobs in sports? Because that's a little bit different conversation as well.
Chat Hall of Famer Phil J says that you win a Super Bowl in Philly, and next season they want you gone.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Philly's a good one. By Phil, yeah, I
think
so.
Eagles fans have an expectation of a little bit of Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah,
and that's not really how the NFL works.
Sure,
like like we've talked about this before, and it's not like going outlandish to say. Like it's the NFL. They say it's they want everybody to be 8-9 or 9-8.
Sure, yeah.
And in Philadelphia, it's like no. We're supposed to win the Super Bowl this year.
Steelers embrace that, by the way. 8-9, 9-8.
Yeah, they really live up to
They
that.
really do. That's what they do.
Billing, but yeah. But once again, though, I'm not locked into it enough to know one way or another. But like, is Sirianni, was he ever really close to being fired? I know that's how Eagles fans might have
by
felt.
the fan base,
but was Howie Roseman ever far down that path? Maybe he was. I don't know.
I think one of the shows here also wanted him fired, but that's okay. That's a different story for a different day, though. But yes.
I think, Tito, it's got to be, if we're gonna, or for me at least, the toughest jobs are the ones where the expectations are the most unrealistic.
I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that, to me, when I was covering Tennessee, and that fan base, and they're quite famous for it on social media, has the same expectations for the football program as Ohio State fans do. But Ohio State is actually capable of achieving them on a year-in, year-out basis, and they have for the last 100 years. Tennessee had one national championship that was largely gifted and fell into their laps in 1998, and now haven't even won an SEC championship since then, and have had to cycle through coaches because the pressure and the expectations and the standard are out of whack with the reality of being in Knoxville and competing in the SEC and competing in college football at large without a regular recruiting base, without the same advantages in terms of financial boosters. And some people will say, well, you've got the Haslams there and they've got enough money coming in. They spend on NIL. Yeah, that's fine. But it's proven out that expectation for Tennessee football doesn't meet the reality. And that makes it a far tougher job for them on a day-in, day-out basis.
Are you familiar with the band Arrested Development?
Mm-hmm.
Every time someone says Tennessee, I think of their rap.
Tennessee.
And that's when I go, but I am still thirsty. Every time you say Tennessee, that's what I wanted to do.
They're parched down there.
Yes, I know. Yes, that's what it is. Take me to another place. Anyway, so I guess you're right. The parameters do matter. And I'm trying to take away from this or take out of this equation following a legend, just based on what the expectations are, maybe, regardless who the last coach was, what's new. So like the DeBoer thing, even if he wasn't following Saban, if he was following Mike Shula, okay, it still would be a high expectation job.
Right.
Yeah. When Cooper left Ohio State, it was still a high pressure job when Tressel came in, despite the fact Cooper kind of struggled the last couple seasons, whatever. And the same thing with Earl Bruce. Earl Bruce leaves, John Cooper comes, it's a high pressure job. Yep. No matter who follows that next guy, it's going to be a high pressure job. And it will make it a tough job as well. So somebody brought up Oklahoma football. That's another good one too. It's high pressure.
I would throw A&M in there.
A&M,
I
another
think
one,
they're
yes.
Tennessee-like, where it's like expectations is, well, why don't we just win the national championship every year?
Right.
They put a lot of money into the program, and when's the last time A&M seriously competed or even won a national title? I mean, it's since they won one, it's been a long time, I think, and then since they've really, this last year was a really strong year for them, and they still were bounced in the first round.
Yeah.
And they were a good team. Like,
right.
I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but,
Buckeye Frank brought up LSU also.
That's a good one, I'd say. Yeah.
I think LSU's probably
more realistic for them to hit their expectations.
Right.
They've won 3 national championships with 3 different coaches in the last
Did anybody not win
25
one
years.
there, Bodie?
I can think of one. I can think of one.
Is the Dallas Cowboys job the one that is the most scrutinized, highest pressure job in the NFL?
Well, Jerry Jones, Bodie, seems pretty unwilling in most cases to fire his head coach.
That's the thing, yeah. Is like I think a lot of times, if you were just to immediately be like, oh, toughest job in the NFL, I think Cowboys would first come to mind. But Jason Garrett was the coach a long time and didn't win a whole lot.
He was.
McCarthy, he was, I'll say, only there for 5 years, but in the NFL, that's not exactly. It's quite a while. And they didn't even fire him. His contract just ran out. And then they hired Brian Schottenheimer, who I like, but let's call Schotty what it was on the surface. They hired a guy because he was cheap and they really liked him. I'm not saying he was completely unqualified, but he was underqualified.
He would not demand the power that Parcells was given.
Yeah, a lot.
He was happy to be the Dallas coach, not whereas Parcells was like, I also want to shop for the ingredients.
I think there's a lot of people who, if they were in Jerry's position, had that money, had that profile of being the Dallas Cowboys owner and general manager.
Yes.
After McCarthy, it would have been like, this is unacceptable. We have not made an NFC title game for 30 years. Mm-hmm. I am going to pay whoever, whatever. I'll go to Sean McVay, and I'll tell him I'll give you $50 million to be the head coach of the Cowboys. Where Jerry Jones, Shoddy. Yeah. He's fun. I like this guy. He's good.
He's got a cool name.
Yeah. His dad was a good coach for a long time. Like I said, I like Schottenheimer. I don't even think he's a bad coach, but I wouldn't the fan base was furious when he was hired because he was pretty underqualified. Like, he was the OC of Mike McCarthy's staff, which basically was let go.
Okay, so let's go. Let's do this now then. Let's do this exercise, the three of us.
Okay.
If Dallas is not the job we were talking about as far as most scrutinized, most intense, hardest, whatever you say?
I think it is the most scrutinized.
Okay, so who would be second? If it's not Dallas, what would be next? I don't feel like we could come to a consensus. I think all three of us would have different answers.
Yeah, the NFL's so tough. Austin, anything jumping to mind for you? Because
I think about, because I was going to bring up being the head coach of the New York Knicks with.
We're doing other sports in a minute.
I know, but that I would say that puts the Giants and Jets in the same conversation because that's the national level of interest that exists for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't even know how that happened. The America's team part,
God did it.
God. He did.
God.
He did put the hole in.
He wanted to pull it
so he could watch it from heaven.
Team. Jerry Jones said, "I'll show you."
No, forget about that. Watching. And I'm going to put a roof and a huge video board in the way.
Yeah, good luck watching this one, God.
But I think it depends also on the media market because the national conversation and the first take and the embrace debate, that stuff is almost separate. what is it like on a day-to-day basis? What is the local size of the local beat that covers you, which is also what elevates, what Ryan Day has to deal with here in Columbus and the attention, because it's all on him all year round.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, in New York for the Jets, the Giants, the Knicks, the Rangers, all those jobs with huge fan bases,
right?
A market that is like sports crazy, passionate about it, and then tabloid coverage of your every move on and off the court or field. Plus the expense of living there,
right?
Going to throw that in the conversation as well, just for fun. Makes any job in New York like the most scrutinized and the most pressurized, because they also expect to win, and like none of them are doing that with any regularity.
I would say second might be Vegas for me.
I would actually disagree with that from the standpoint of getting, and I think, Austin, you hit the nail on the head. I think, too, just like what part of the country the sports team in matters quite a bit.
Sure.
The more you're in the South and Midwest, college football matters a lot.
Yeah.
USC has a fan base, but I just think there's a level that it's like when they suck, it's like, well, I guess we'll go to the beach.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Game's over. It's 3:30. We already played our game for the day. We got the rest of the day.
We're out of here. Where I just feel like, and I think Vegas would fall into that category too, where it's like, oh, the Golden Knights aren't good this year.
Right.
Okay. We're still in Vegas. Like, we still got things to do where
they play on the strip. We're just going to go pop over.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Where I think there's a level of like, even around here, and some of this is just history, right? Like Saturdays in the fall, Ohio State football matters, and
we have 27 hours of coverage on Saturday.
A meteor could be coming to Earth,
right?
And it'd be like, well, are we going to get the Ball State game in though?
Yeah, we're going to schedule.
Where's the availability report?
Right, yes,
yes, exactly.
Get it out here.
And I think like it's definitely like that in the Northeast for like pro sports.
Okay,
I don't think anybody in New York cares about most or non. Well, get you. We got to get that media footprint there.
Yeah, Syracuse.
But I think the more kind of West, and like, don't get me wrong, like I know people care about the Dodgers and Lakers and whatnot,
right?
But I do think there is something to the fact that, like, yeah, when it's January 15th, there's a foot of snow on the ground here,
right,
or in New York. It's like, well, the Knicks better damn well win tonight, because what else am I supposed to do with my life? Where I think there's probably some sort of level of like, oh, the Lakers lost. Okay, you guys want to go down to the park and shoot hoops or go swim?
So is NBA the Knicks then your choice? Or is it Lakers or is it Celtics?
I can talk myself into circles about this, which is why it's so hard, I think, for us to get a consensus, because the Knicks theoretically would be able to spend more money on their roster, or at least get to the different, Bodie can explain it to me again.
Fourth apron, whatever it is.
How the aprons work in the salary cap. But like, I would imagine that coaching the Pacers presents more challenges, or being in a smaller market makes those jobs tougher. But if that's an overall more like franchise issue, then this is the job of the head coach, and this is the level of attention and pressure and expectations that are heaped on you. I'd say like being the coach of the Knicks, it goes in that boat, and it's not dissimilar than being in charge of, I think, the most American franchise, most famous American franchise in any sport of all time, which would be the Yankees. And that's got to be a job that just gives you an ulcer 24 hours a day.
Would you say Knicks, Celtics, Lakers?
I think that's fair. Yeah,
okay.
Those three.
Baseball, Dodgers or Yankees, I think.
And I'd say Yankees.
Probably Yankees.
More so than Dodgers. Once again, it's tough because it's like, well, they just won 2 World Series.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Back to back. So it's like I would think the pressure might be off a little bit. And the Yankees, it's been since 2009. So.
Right. UFL, we're going Aviators. I think we all agree on that one.
Tours up.
Okay. And then,
I'll be honest with you, Tito. I couldn't even name another team.
That's a fantastic point. I don't think I could either.
And I say that tongue-in-cheek to say I
believe
can't.
We've got a budding rivalry with that team up north.
There's a UFL team up north?
Oh, yeah.
Who is it?
The Michigan Stallions.
I can't even argue with you. I don't even know. This is like when he made the Keller joke the other day about being a granddaughter of Helen Keller or something. I can't even argue with you because I have no idea if you're telling the truth or not.
Think we open at Birmingham? The Tours.
Berm.
Flying up.
Yeah. Okay, and then hockey, it's got to be one of the Canadian teams, right? It's got to be either the Canadians or the Maple Leafs.
It's Toronto, yeah.
I'd say ultimately, whatever sport you pick, I would just call it the Blue Bloods, basically the sport.
That's fair.
And college football, it's Ohio State, Michigan, Notre Dame, who else would be the blue blood? Southern Cal, Bama to varying degrees.
Texas, yeah.
Whoever, Texas.
Yeah.
NBA, Knicks, Celtics, Lakers.
Yep.
Baseball, Red Sox, Yankees, Dodgers.
But those are also all the best jobs, so they are paid accordingly. And I think there's the counter argument is what I said. Like, is it going to be easy for Kansas State and Iowa State to ever punch above their weight and win a championship? They're also not going to be, making the same. They don't have the same resources. They're not making the same amount of money. Or is it like, what if you have to go recruit to an outpost in Boise, Idaho? I mean, we could attack this from 100 different ways, but I think that the stress and the expectations means that those best jobs also, by default, make them the most pressurized.
Coming up next, we got a big day coming up here on March 15th. We'll tell you why next. Morning Juice.
Miss Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much stuff because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part, knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
It's so funny in the chat. Jeff Rimmersville half, another Hall of Fame chatter. And he said, why does Milwaukee not have an NFL team? And it's so weird to think back, and I know I've said this on the air before, Bodie, that the Green Bay Packers, your iconic NFL franchise, Lambeau Field, all those things about the Green Bay Packers.
Tundra.
They used to play 4 of their home games a year in Milwaukee. They would go to Milwaukee.
Got to find those revenue
games.
streams.
For 4 regular season home games, they would go play like a county stadium where the Brewers played in Milwaukee. And think about an NFL franchise doing something like that now. Where like if the Las Vegas Raiders said, we're going to go back and play 4 games in Oakland. Now, great, it's a bigger stretch. Or
actually sounds like a good idea.
If the Bengals or Browns said, we're going to play 4 games in Columbus.
Nice.
I know.
That'd be awesome.
But, yeah.
Not
So-
mad
It is
about that
funny.
either.
I've one of two things. He,
Yes.
for whatever it's worth, he said NHL, not NFL.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
You know what that means right there? Glasses.
There you go.
I think middle of March, not March 15th, the date I threw out there, but like around that same day is when I get my annual eye exam.
Yeah. Are there actually lenses in there?
Just for fun.
I just checked. Yeah, they're in there. All right.
It's funny. I've heard Bo talk about this on multiple occasions, and he has said, like, if you were to actually redo where like NFL teams have a team and
Buffalo doesn't get one.
NBA and et cetera. Obviously, we have an NHL team with the Jackets, but Columbus actually probably would be now, like, probably would have more pro sports franchises if you were just to like say like, hey, we're taking all 32 teams out of their city in the NFL.
Starting
and
over.
we're starting over and applying them to where it makes more sense today.
Right.
Like Columbus probably have an NFL team.
Yes, they would.
NBA maybe. Cleveland still would. You know,
Right.
I don't know. You could probably have 2 NBA teams maybe in
MLB?
Ohio. Well, I would think so.
I think
yeah.
so too, yeah.
Yeah. Just missed
I
out.
think every team should be in Columbus.
Jeff Rumors Mill half yelled at me and said NHL team with the exclamation point. I know I got it wrong. I'm with you. I just checked my glasses too.
Hey, you just wanted to tell a story
I
about
did.
the Packers,
That's all
all right?
Yeah, speaking of the Packers.
Don't let
no,
the
that's
facts
right.
get in the way of a good story.
I saw this stat that was sent to me, and it was forwarded to me from Colin, from the guy from Colin's Coffee. I tell you about going there and talk sports all the time with Colin, but it was Greg Harvey's the one who put it out there. But in the last 30 seasons, there's been 2 Division I players that have scored 25-plus points and have 2 or fewer turnovers in 3 straight games against AP top 25 opponents. One is Steph Curry in the 2008 NCAA Tournament. The other
is Bruce Thornton.
Bruce Thornton, the last 3 games.
Yeah, Gary Pettit put that stat out
Oh, did
there.
he? Then somebody else stole it from Gary Pettit.
Yeah, he said that yesterday before the coaches show. So he fed it to Paul and Jim. So you're actually – it went full circle. That means people are listening on 97.1 The Fan.
Yes.
It's going out to your coffee shop. They are texting you the things that you weren't paying attention to, and then we get to talk about it right here.
Circle of life.
It's a circle of life.
Yeah, so a source.
Hakuna Matata.
Gary Pettit told somebody who sourced it to Colin from Colin's Coffee, who sourced it to me, who I just revealed, and you went ahead and verified through Gary Pettit and that guy and Colin and me.
Yeah. And Paul and Jim were in there somewhere.
Rolls right off the tongue. It's perfect. Here is Jake Diebler from the Jake Diebler Show talking about Bruce Thornton taking over games.
He prepares himself to have big games, though, and big moments, and he steps up, and he's, you know, that's probably the thing I've been most impressed with this year is just the rise in his, I think, ability to take over a game has gotten better, and the toughness that he's shown, and we're oftentimes asking him to go guard the other team's best perimeter player, the minutes he's playing, and so he works so hard to do it. That's why I got great confidence in him, and it's just been so impressive. Efficiency, like he's doing this, you know, with elite efficiency. You know, this isn't a situation. I mean, he's doing it, shooting over 50% from the field. Like it's not like he's shooting 30 shots a game. So, been really impressive. He's the best. He's great. So fun to coach and sets a great tone for your team.
How can Jess Settles have 10 years at Iowa, Robbie Hummel 10 years at Purdue, and we can't get another year for Bruce Thornton here somehow?
Well, I think it's they just counted up his minutes. So
You've actually played 5 years, son.
Yeah, sorry.
Because they can't take
They've
you off
used
the
you
court.
like a 7th-year college basketball player. Jake Diebler said all those things about him being efficient, guarding on the perimeter, doing anything that they could possibly ask from him, and doing it for a full 40 minutes in some cases, and a lot of cases, far too many of them. He's also having to do this almost single-handedly. What we saw on Sunday with both Mobley and Royal out, John Mobley and Devin Royal for Ohio State, was like, it feels so unfair, Tito, that I'm starting to get worried that we're not going to see a Bruce Thornton NCAA tournament appearance. I still have confidence, and I want to see it desperately. I think Bruce deserves it, and I also believe fully that Jake Diebler has the buy-in from this team. I said it when we were in here yesterday on the Juice. I'll say it again now. I'll believe that going into Wednesday night. They are playing hard for him. You know, the Michigan game where it looked like they checked out a little bit down the stretch, the Wolverines have done that to basically everybody. It almost feels unfair and unnecessary to hold that against them, certainly the way that they've responded. I know that they're not winning every game. It's frustrating. Life on the bubble is not fun. They're still... I think this team is more fun to watch. Maybe that is because of Bruce Thornton specifically. Probably is, but I'm not. This has not been like some of those late Holtman teams where it's like, I don't need to watch this because they don't care enough. This team cares. And that comes from their leader. A long-winded way of saying that Bruce is doing everything possible to get them across the finish line. He's gonna need Devin Royal or Junie Mobley to help him get there.
And when you look at it as a Buckeye, if you're a Buckeye basketball fan, you've got three options this time of year. One is securely in, one is on the bubble, one is no chance in hell. And right now we are in the on the bubble camp, which is better than being the no chance in hell. Not as good as securely in, but still, it's better.
You raised a good point there.
Thank you very much. That right there is what you get here on the Juice. That kind of analogy right there.
It reminds me when we talk about the toughest jobs in sports. Right. Ryan Day has this... he feels like I think he thinks he's saying something like really eloquent. It's like, well, there's only three things that can happen when you get into halftime of a game. You can be winning, you can be losing, or you can be tied. And we've got to adjust to whatever the scenario is. But it is true. Yes. But it's like he goes into some of these games and it's like exactly what you said. Well, that's the situation. Yeah, those are the only three options that it could be. The other is like the fourth is that an earthquake hit the horseshoe and the game's over. Like we avoided that one.
Can't roll.
So
it
now
out.
we got the other three. Now we'll adjust from there.
Iowa coming up Wednesday it's a must win only if you're going to lose 2 games out of your last 4. Right? There we go.
Indiana and Penn State are true must wins.
Iowa, Iowa.
I think Purdue is.
Purdue's a must-win?
I think it is. If you lose tomorrow night, I think it is.
If you lose tomorrow night, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you need one of the next 2. You can't go into Selection Sunday with 0 quad 1 wins. And we talked about this, I think it's been a couple weeks now, but we kind of went through and broke it down. It's like, well, West Virginia actually could get back to quad 1, so could Northwestern.
Wisconsin.
A lot of those teams have fallen. It's pretty much down to Wisconsin at this point.
Right.
To get amongst the games you already have in the bank.
Yes.
Now, you could still win tomorrow night. Don't let them win tomorrow night. but Iowa and Purdue are both still quad 1 opportunities, so like they could still get quad 1 wins. But as far as games that are already in the bank, basically Wisconsin's the only one left.
Yeah.
And that could happen. Wisconsin's been playing really well here as of late too, but you just can't wake up on Selection Sunday being like, hey, here's our resume. Good, 0 quad 1 wins.
Yeah.
And so I think, and not that they can't win tomorrow night, but going on the road is tough, and I assume Mobley would still be out, and Royal, who knows. But so the reason I kind of put it a little bit more on Purdue, and I know Purdue's the better of the 2 teams, but it's at home, Sunday afternoon. You would hope the crowd would be pretty good there. Like it's do or die, man. I mean, I know we joke, but it is a little bit of like Royal, Knoll, Mobley. Put your gear on, man. Because this is it. You want to play in March and not in the Big Ten tournament, but in the real tournament that actually everybody cares about. Go out there and give whatever you got, man, because you beat Purdue and it still wouldn't be a lock, but it'd go a long way.
I'm a team player, Bodie, and I believe that it takes a village to do this show. Here's your poll question for today. Bigger win, Ohio State over Iowa tonight or USA over Canada on Sunday?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. That's fine. Whatever. Okay, don't just go with me. Here is Jake Diebler talking about preparing for Iowa.
They play really well together. Great passing team. I think that's a hard place to play. You guys have been there, and Sturts he's kind of the engine of the team, and he's a great player, and I think they've done a great job this year. So, we're excited about the opportunity to go into their place, and it's going to be a big time game, and we'll be ready. I think it's they have other good players too. Like, make no mistake about it. But what he's done this year has been really impressive.
So I was one of those schools that it seems like, and maybe I'm just got the PTSD, it seems maybe it's about every Big Ten team, going out on the road and winning is tough. Like even Northwestern and Penn State are tough, It seems, and maybe it's because they've lost in recent years in the January, February months, and maybe that's what's sticking with me. But it feels like Iowa always gives Ohio State problems.
It's really interesting, Tito, that you phrase it that way. You think about those previous couple years and some of those January and February road losses or just ugly blemishes on the resume.
Mm-hmm.
For all the things that we talk about with the lack of the quad one win for Ohio State and the inability to string together a winning streak, you look at this resume as a whole, and it's like, well, there's really not like major problems with it.
Yeah.
There aren't ghastly, indefensible losses on it the way that existed 3 or 4 years ago at the start of this drought. Ohio State is, for the most part, winning the games that it is supposed to, and it is losing to the teams that you would expect them to, and it is being and playing competitively against some of the best teams in the league, but coming up short like it did on Sunday against Michigan State. That's how you wind up on the bubble. I'm not breaking any news. I'm not describing something that maybe people don't already know, but I think that's sort of how the apathy can set in, is if it's just like, well, you know that they're going to lay an egg in this game. That's not happening either. Like, they're not the most exciting team in the world. They're also not a true roller coaster for a team that is winning and losing the way that they are. They're sort of just handling their business the way you would want them to, which is a backhanded way of praising the job that Jake Diebler's doing.
Right.
Like, it's damning with faint praise. I understand all of that, but it's also why you can't give up and you're not abandoning hope that this team might be able to find a way into the tournament. And I don't know what that would look like after that. I've said to you before, I think they're a top 34 roster in the sport, and maybe they could get to the Sweet 16. That would require beating a team that is Sweet 16 caliber, like Purdue, like maybe Iowa tomorrow.
Probably even two of them, honestly.
Yeah. And one of them maybe in the Big Ten tournament. You're going to have at least one, right, Bodie? Like that. But that's not out of the question for this team.
No. I honest to God, wouldn't be shocked if we came in on Monday next week and they beat Iowa and Purdue.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
I would say, especially if they can get tomorrow night's game, because you win tomorrow night on the road, it's like, well, good teams can win at home.
Sure.
And Ohio State's like, their resume doesn't scream good team, but I think if you watch them play, they're close. And so it's like, I think they could beat Purdue Sunday afternoon, and it'd be a nice little confidence boost if they won tomorrow night as well. But heading into Sunday's game against the Boilermakers. But it also wouldn't shock me if 5 days from now we're like, man, 2 more losses by 4 points each.
Right.
Because that's kind of what they've been this season.
They battled, and Bruce scored
40 points in 40 minutes, and everybody else scored 19, and they lost.
I'm waiting for the game when Bruce scores like 62, but they still lose like 87-58. Like somehow the rest team scores -4. I'm waiting for that to see if that weird anomaly happens.
Bench contribution.
The best coach in Ohio State history, basketball-wise, Thad Matta, picked up his 500th victory last week when he beat Georgetown while coaching Butler. Here is Jake Diebler congratulating Thad on his 500th victory.
I want to congratulate my mentor and dear friend Thad Matta on getting his 500th win. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Couple Final Fours, tons of victories. He's got a banner in our rafters that is well deserved and has been a huge influence on me. The years that I spent with him, and certainly watched what he did closely when my brother played for him. It's so happy for him and Barb and their family. Really just a great moment for them, and something we should celebrate as a program too, because a lot of those were when he was a Buckeye.
God, he was so good here. Breaking news.
History and hindsight have been very kind to Thad Matta as well.
Yes.
If you didn't realize it in the moment.
Right.
It's the problem, Bodie. They never tell you that you're in the good old days.
Right.
Before you actually left him.
Yes. Here is Diebler then saying what he learned from Thad.
When I worked for him as his video coordinator, I've said this before, I almost got like a doctorate in basketball. He and I spent a ton of time together. And he would come in and he worked out of the locker room. I do the same thing he did, worked out of the locker room a lot, because that's where the players are. And I thought one of the things that he was great at was building relationships with his players, and how that impacted their ability to perform was something I got to see and learn early on in my coaching career and helped me right the rest of the time. So, but I got to sit down and literally watch film. It would just be he and I, just watching film, talking through stuff, scouting, how to attack certain defenses. I mean, all of it. And it was, people would pay big time money to be able to do that with a coach like that. So he was, played a big role in my development as a young coach, and it has been really influential.
Diebler or Thad coaching out of the locker room is acceptable. My 6th grade gym teacher teaching out of the locker room after gym class, not acceptable.
A little dicier proposition there.
A little different there, yes. But, no doubt. I said about Holtman before, and I'm not knocking Holtman, but it's just it's clear that Thad, and I know it's timely now because...
Well, if you knock Holtman, he's going to put it in that manila folder.
He will go there, yes. I know we're talking about Thad because of the 5 for the victory, and so I'm not knocking Holtman on that, but I like hearing what Diebler says that he learned from Thad. I think it's pretty cool that he recognized, not only the fact he gave him the congratulations, which every coach, if you coach for Thad or friends with Thad, you're going to come out there and say it in your press conference or in your weekly radio show. But then he goes further and talks about what he'd learned from him. I like that as well.
Yeah, I think, like I said, the hindsight with the Thad monitor, and I know that there were people that appreciated it in real time and wanted him to stay coaching at Ohio State forever.
Right.
I remember the health struggles Thad was going through being very real, and the limitations that would put on him getting to the gym, going on the road recruiting. I thought that was a bigger issue than like this guy forgot how to coach basketball, doesn't know X's and O's anymore, isn't a relationship guy. And I think that was putting some restraints on what Ohio State could do as a whole. Now, guess what? There's another path forward with NIL, and you don't have to go on the road as much. And it's cool for Thad Matta that he's been able to enjoy that renaissance, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's feeling on a day-to-day basis. It looks like much better. Maybe the job pressure is different there than it is in Columbus or any of the
tougher job. Butler, Ohio State.
I think Ohio State basketball is pretty tough. I didn't want to bring that into the conversation
I understand that.
in the first segment, but yeah, happy for Thad, and hopefully he can keep that going.
Coming next, we'll wrap things up. Tell you who's got us juice, morning juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're already there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
Bobby back tomorrow. It's been a hell of a run with Austin Ward, though. Austin, thank you,
Of course.
for doing this. But loved hosting with you.
It's been an honor and a privilege.
I think you're overselling it. It has been an honor and a privilege to work with me. No one's ever said that and meant it, I don't believe. And it's okay. It's all right.
I just did.
I know you did. But lie detector test.
I'll take it right now.
All right.
You want answers?
Let's tell people what's
You need me on that wall.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. For all your roofing, gutter, or siding needs, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Before we get into what Schlegs is juiced about, do either of you, if I gave you a percentage, do you think there's any chance Bobby arrives back here tomorrow? There's more to the question. Don't just answer it yet. With some kind of injury, soreness, a limp, like maybe I don't want to say a black eye, but something like that. Like, does he have any kind of
85%
that he does?
I'd say, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's going to be some sign of wear and tear.
Okay.
I don't know what it'll be.
Right, yeah.
And you might be able to watch, if you are enjoying the show on YouTube or 10 TV Plus, and Bob is back in this chair, and if it looks like the camera is swaying, it won't be. It'll just...
That was going to be my question.
It'll
We're
just
talking
be Bob rocking.
physically only, or maybe just some the immune system's
Gonna have
worn
that
down.
that cruise walk.
That would be my pick. Yeah.
There's been times when Bobby comes in and he brings in like some kind of contraption that is something you might see on an NFL sideline or something, and hooks up to his legs or something like that, where it's like some kind of...
Like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, it's one of those kinds of things,
Suited
yes.
back up,
right.
puts that thing on his knee, all of a sudden can kick that brick
your
right
gear
on
on.
the wall.
There's sometimes he'll bring in something.
Yeah.
And I wonder if we'll see that tomorrow. If we'll see something come in. I don't know if it's going to be...
He's going to have the huge 64-ounce gallon of water.
He'll have that for sure. We think it's water.
And his, laptop bag that looks like it's gone through about 3 different tours in Afghanistan.
Yes.
God love Bobby. I
Yeah.
think he's probably done pretty well for himself. And he's like, nope. Think I'm going to buy a new bag? No. I'm going to strap this one right across my shoulder. I think it's kind of held together at one end by like some sort of duct tape contraption. But
I think it's...
That's how you get rich.
I think it... Well, the reason I think you can say he's rich, I think that might be the very first laptop bag ever invented. That might be the first one.
I respect it.
That could be something he's doing.
I haven't bought a belt in like 15 years.
I just keep putting holes in mine if I need them.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well,
Wow,
yeah. The other
or
way,
a
yeah.
bad thing.
Yeah.
Either
There was
you're
somebody I know
really
that used
gaining
to...
or really losing.
They would go buy old belts. This is between administrations. And
the guy from Shawshank?
Yes. And she would cut up the belts and make them bracelets.
Ooh.
For men to wear. She called them like, they call it like waist to wrist or something like that.
Buddy bands.
It would be like...
That should be like an Awaken 180 thing.
I agree, yes.
Waist
That's
to
what it was.
wrist.
Waist to wrist, so...
Might be a little too thin, but
there's no way
the
to
thought
go from that.
process
Yes.
is...
You guys aren't allowed to talk
Sound.
about Awaken 180. I am the official endorser on this show.
I prefer Awaken 181, but teach his own. What Schlegs got to
That's
say?
too much.
Yeah.
Huge day to GSD. That's get stuff done. You can also substitute the S for something else with a high GSF because that's what I'm all about.
Tuesday, guys. Nothing really in particular that I got for you. A little tired today. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That weather yesterday definitely did not have me juiced.
Made me
I was
sad.
like, it really did. I was like, that stupid groundhog, that son of a gun. He may live down in the dirt, but he seems to know the weather pretty well, or at least somewhat well, because felt like we had a nice little early spring last week, and then I walked outside to go to the gym yesterday. I was like, nope, winter's back.
Yeah.
Winter's back, at least for yesterday and I think today, but it seems like it's going to warm up a little bit later on this week, which would be nice. And I think that's all I really got for you, Ward.
When I drove home yesterday, Bodie, I don't know what was going on. I got into the neighborhood, and even when we had the 13, 14 inches of snow earlier in the month, I didn't really have any problems with the vehicle. We had less than 1 inch on the road in front of my house, and I almost took out the mailbox. And then 2 hours later, it was completely gone off the streets.
Yeah.
Like, what happened here? I almost took it out. And when I told Allie that story, she was like, well, you should have. We need a new mailbox. Like, you wanted my car in the middle of the yard? I don't think that would have helped. Whatever.
If it gets a new mailbox, yes.
You know, when we had Snowmageddon come through here, Fish sent out the email where we had on the weekend shows that week, we had like weather people come on. Meredith Garfalo came on.
Yeah, you and I talked to her.
Yes, to Meredith.
That was her Super Bowl.
Yes, that was her Super Bowl. Correct. I'm wondering if next year on Groundhog Day, Bodie, put this away in your little show sheet things to think about. We actually bring a groundhog. Bring your groundhog into the studio.
Buckeye Chuck?
What? No, Buckeye Chuck seems to be like a liar. I would find somebody else, I don't know, Woody Woodchuck or whatever, and bring him into
Bill Murray.
Could do that one also. Let's bring a live woodchuck into the studio.
Okay.
It could be in a cage, that's fine, or some kind of contraption where it's.
I think that'd be the safe play, yeah.
I would want to run around here, but let's just bring him in.
Interesting.
And we could put him right in the middle between me and Bob. Don't have to talk to him at all because I don't think he's had much to say, but just as an effect thing on Groundhog Day.
I mean,
I like it.
They've done
Gary
interviews
Groundhog.
with Brutus before. He didn't have a lot to say.
That's fair. So why can't we do that with the groundhog?
One of the most popular segments in the history of the 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel.
I hate spending money on appliances.
I respect that.
Yesterday must have been a good day for you then.
Not a very fun thing to buy.
So
negatively juiced.
Son was wiped out from the weekend, so don't judge. He didn't go to school yesterday.
Good for him.
Which Bob's put even a bigger damper on anniversary festivities.
Yeah, you
for
were
the wife
really
and I.
hyping that up.
Right.
How do you think Bobby would feel about that,
I
Tito?
know. Who's the parent? Who runs that house? That's fine. Anyway, so
come on, Coach.
We needed to buy a dishwasher yesterday. It had to happen.
Well,
no, it had to.
How many warning signs had there been?
Tell Artie
how
you want to stay home from school.
Right.
Get in the kitchen.
Yes, get a sponge. We've been without a dishwasher for about 6 weeks.
Oh
my goodness.
Yeah, I know. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Couldn't wait anymore.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. So it comes down to the wife and I. Yesterday, I get home from the fan, and it's like, "Hey, Artie's home today. All right, need to go buy a dishwasher." Yep. We sure do. And then she said, yeah, we do. I said, yep. We got to go out and buy a dishwasher. It's like, yep, Artie's home. I said, yep. One of us about to buy a dishwasher, it looks like. So I'm on my way to Best Buy. Shortly after that.
That's like some really strong negotiating.
I hate doing it. Like we got a good dishwasher. It'll be the best dishwasher I've ever had in my life.
Many are saying.
Okay. It's not a humble brag. That's all I'm saying.
No big deal.
Right. Yeah. So,
but a big, beautiful dishwasher.
This is what I'm going to do, though.
Dad, that thing wouldn't fit our kitchen.
I am not. Where do you want to put this? Will it fit up there?
Bend over and I'll
yes,
show you.
You're right. So, and I'm not getting. I'm saying, but I had a great experience at Best Buy, and like the sales guy, the sales manager guy. First of all, he has a great name. His last name is Beers, but Brandon Beerzo, and it was great experience. It's getting installed on Saturday. Now that will be my wife's job because that'll be my son's basketball tournament. If we ever get the damn schedule from Delaware, which I'm still refreshing over here.
Haven't seen the bracket yet.
No, I'm still looking for it. And I'm going to check right now because this would be great. Nope, still not there. I'm going to call the guy. Anyway, which I'm sure he loves hearing from, not the head coach, the assistant coach from the third grade, the third grade UA team.
Easy,
calling
buddy.
him.
How'd you
It's
get
like,
this
hey,
number?
Right, exactly. So I'm excited the dishwasher is getting installed Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
But
you did your part.
Guess what I'm going to do today? Dishes.
Pay the Best Buy credit card?
No, I'm going to do dishes. No, we didn't do the credit card thing. I told my wife we're not going to charge anything to winning anymore. We're going to pay cash when we get things like this.
God.
No,
it's not a humble brag.
No, it's
I
not.
got my gold-plated dishwasher
really?
that I paid cash for.
Remember, Austin, this is the same guy that back in the fall we learned that he gets season tickets and basically just gives them away.
I don't basically give them away.
Basically.
Did tell us that.
That's fine.
I don't know how many shows did he mention that on, buddy?
No.
What color did we go with?
Listen, the dishwasher?
Yeah.
It's a stainless steel, like this kind of silver grayish one, I guess you would call it that. No, it's not. Listen, I'm not.
Diamond plated.
I'm not.
Did you get it engraved?
Listen, Mr. Beers, do you have this in platinum?
Listen. It also
Can I give you a tip?
It's also,
sir?
first of all, it's not.
This is a Best Buy.
That's not the way this is supposed to come across, okay? I'm packing my lunch.
It's very difficult for us to spin a dishwasher into a life of luxury. But I think Bodie and I have been able to pull it off very nicely.
You guys have done it. You're right, yeah. Go check out my house. It still has a broken snow shovel in the front yard that my wife hasn't thrown away because she thinks I'm going to fix it.
Well, you don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh,
Go inside and you see the diamond-plated
You're absolutely
dishwasher.
Right, yes. The diamond-plated dishwasher with like the dorm fridge next to it because we can't afford anything else. You know what I mean? Do you have ice? No. That's why I get ice every day when I leave the fan. I go out there to the fridge we've got out here and I fill up my cup with ice because I know the daughter didn't refill the ice cube trays at home.
Why don't you just bring in a bigger cup then?
We can't. I'm sorry. We don't live like the Wards. Okay, this is a big cup for me. Okay, I know. I look at your thing. I got to be careful. I say this. I look at your thing, and it's bigger than mine.
Yeah, we're packing over here.
You're doing something over there.
Big water bottle.
I don't even think. How did this turn into what's got you juiced to what's got you upset now? Because now I'm mad that I came across as being an elitist there.
You can say negatively juiced. Bodie makes the rules.
Hey, Phil wants to know about the Roosters cards. Any updates?
Yeah, I responded to him. Yep.
All right, good. I don't know where we're at on that one. Your Highness helped Tito buy the dishwasher. That's actually fair.
That's true.
Not bad, yes.
Winners only.
Yes, we'll get your Highness on again Thursday, but don't forget tomorrow. You might say, oh, God, we're not going to have Austin. No, we'll have Austin tomorrow.
We'll see.
What's the topic going to be? A big old TBD on that one. It's going to take some racking of the brain.
What's going on with Matt Patricia?
That's what we'll do. How's Liberty? You guys seen any movies lately? That was awesome.
We didn't talk about how bad Goat was.
You did mention it.
I did. All right.
But we could do it again tomorrow. New audience. Bobby hasn't heard you say how bad Goat was.
They all run together.
They do. With all the shows you do. Thanks.
That's why Steph Curry can't be on the national team.
The movie. Sorry, son.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, folks. Bobby's back tomorrow.